Hello, and welcome to CIST 2452. This class is being offered in several different sections, both in an online and a hybrid environment. All of the materials in each of the different classes sections are the same, posted out there, and that you have lectures available from when I've given lectures in the past in 2452, and I will make copies of the lectures I deliver this semester in 2452 also posted out there. A major important part is to how do you contact me and communication in the class. Communicating with me will be important, and for me communicating with you. If you don't hear from me, then that doesn't help you any when you're running into problems that you need to get information from me. You want timely information from me, and when you have problems, I need to hear from you, because if you're in the online section, I have no way of knowing if you have a problem unless you let me know. And even if you're in the hybrid section, that it may be a while before you're in class again, and if you're having a problem, that you need to get a response back from me quickly. I've taken online classes in the past and understand the frustration of instructors not answering in a real timely manner. My method is that each morning when I come into the office at 8 o'clock, I check email, and then I check all my Angel messages, and I reply to all messages from students and answer on those. Sometimes I can't give you the answer because I'm not real sure from what you're asking, and I have to ask for some more information on what your question is, and then I will lead back with those questions, and then if you'll answer back, I'll work further on it. I do my best on answering from the very beginning on it, but just like if you ask me in person in class, that I may have to ask you something to better understand what the problem is you're running into. But keep in touch on that. There's also a general discussion board in your class. I will be posting items on that, like job announcements and some other items all throughout the semester and information about the class. So make sure you look at that also. Make sure you do check into the class in Angel every couple of days, at least, if not every day, and that your assignments are all posted in there. This course is the second course in the Cisco curriculum, and we'll be working primarily with routers this semester. You will be using Packet Tracer as a simulation environment, simulating the routers and switches and setting up your network, and that they work just like the real ones work when you do it on those assignments. And so you will be working with exactly that, and you will build your network in there, although usually on your assignments they've already built the network, but you're having to set up the configurations and get all the configurations working correctly. Make sure you notice on the page where it tells you the steps to do, that it tells you at the bottom what percentage you have done. Make sure you work to get that to 100%, unless I've got a note for you in the assignment that says it just won't go to 100% for some reason. But you want to get it to 100% normally and then submit it on that. And that's the grade I'm going to assign you based on the assignment. There's a calendar in Angel that tells you when all of the chapters are assigned and the assignment, and what day they're due on, and when the tests are assigned and when the tests are due. Now, the assignments, I go ahead and post those from the very beginning of the semester so that you can work ahead on assignments if you want, but you don't have to wait till they're assigned to work on them. However, the test will be available on the week or a couple of weeks when it specifically says on the schedule that they'll be available. So watch on that. Tests are normally available on a Monday to Monday basis, so you normally have 8 days to do them in, but not always. The last week of the semester, sometimes we end up with a shorter testing period because it's a shorter, we've only got a week, and then we got finals to get done in there, and the final you'll only have probably 5 days to do it on, but I schedule it over the weekend so that you can do it on the weekend, or there's several weekdays you can work on it also. I know as online and hybrid students that it's sometimes difficult for you to work at specific times on your stuff, and that you all have different schedules and times that are available to work on it. Make sure you do look at the syllabus in Angel. That is a contract between me as your instructor and you. It tells you how your grade's going to be determined in the class. There is a tentative schedule there, but use the Angel schedule to go by. If we have to make a change on the schedule, I will change it on the Angel schedule. How your grade will be determined is told to you in the syllabus, and what you're supposed to be learning about in this course is covered in there also. Make sure you do review through Angel and get a feel for how that is. If you have not taken an Angel class from me before, Definitely look at how I've color-coded it and done some other things. I've tried to make it extra friendly to you as a student to make the navigation the easy part of it, and that your real emphasis is learning the material in the course and not learning how to get around Angels. So I've done some extra stuff that others haven't. I've been teaching online classes since 2003, and I've actually done web-enabled ones since back in 1995. So I've got a lot of experience working with online classes, and I try to throw you a lot of extra material in there. And in the Cisco class, you also need to be aware of where everything is out there at Cisco. And so make sure you go to netacad.com and log in there and look at stuff there. There's a full curriculum there also that supplements what's in the book and presents it in a little bit of a different format. If you're more an online learner instead of a book learner, you may well find that you learn better from there. Generally, I find the book covers some material more in depth than the online curriculum, but they're both good, and there are some instructors that don't even use the book. I prefer to use the book along with the online instruction. You will take your test at the Cisco site. And just as a reminder to you, there are 3 mandatory items you have to do in this class to pass this class. If you do not do them, you will not pass the class, no matter what your grade average is. You have to do the course feedback at the end of the semester at Cisco. That's in addition to the course evaluation that the college will ask you to do. You have to do the final exam at Cisco site. You need to make a good enough grade to pass the class, but you don't have to pass the final exam to pass the class. If your average overall is good enough, that works all right. But you have, even if you got a passing score without the final exam, you still have to take the final exam by Cisco requirements. I cannot pass you unless you take the final exam. And then you need to do the final lab also, and that works the same as the final exam. So good luck in the class. Hopefully you'll learn a lot about how to work with the routers, with the Cisco routers, and how to configure them and set your networks up better and to become a better networking technician. Good luck, and look forward to communicating with you and helping you learn this material throughout the class.